Hey strangers, I have a question for you. How many ears does Spock have? Well, I'm not entirely sure, Tim. How many ears does Spock have? Spock has 3 ears. His left ear, his right ear, and his final frontier. So this week, strangers, we are talking about space and the big vast blackness that it is. Is it expanding? Is it not expanding? We don't know. Well, I actually think we do know. It's amazing. So amazing that I'm going to tell you 8 of the most awesome facts about space. Number 1, think about how long it takes you to drive a mile down the road. Now during that mile, your tire's going to rotate roughly around 2,112 times. Now in space you have these things called neutron stars, which is essentially a star after it's already collapsed and died. Now these neutron stars, they spin at a rate of 600 rotations per second. Wow! I mean, think about how long a second is. Here we go. This is going to be a second. And it rotated 600 times in that second. And it's doing that constantly. That's its entire life. Number 2, all of space is completely silent. No, really, there's nothing out there. There's no atmosphere in space, so any sort of sound waves, they don't have anything to vibrate off of. You're not going to hear anything. Number 3, we have absolutely no idea how many stars there are in the universe. We have no clue. The best guess we have was done by Australian National University, and they said there's about 70 sextillion stars. In other words, 70,000 million. But again, that's just a guess. We have no clue. That's a stab in the dark. Space is dark. Yeah. Number 4. So on July 20th, 1969, we landed on the moon. And if you go to the moon today, you're still gonna find those footprints that were left by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Now, that's quite some time for those footprints to still be there and still be able to be seen relatively well. But exactly how long will you be able to see those footprints? Oh, about 100 million years. You know, that is if the sun doesn't explode by that point, or we cultivate the moon, or Earth explodes. You know, I mean, we could nuke the moon for all I know. Number 5. Alright, so the biggest planet in our solar system is Jupiter, and then you have Saturn and Neptune following close behind. The gas giants, as we call them. But they don't even fill up 1% of the entire mass of our solar system. All 3 of those planets, not even 1%. So what's taking up the rest of our solar system? The sun. It takes up 99% of our entire solar system's mass. And because it's that large, that's why we have gravity. The more you know. Number 6. So with the sun emitting all of this forest-biased hydrogen and helium and all the other fun stuff that it's always putting out, the Earth is receiving a whole lot of that, and we usually convert that into energy. But in 1 hour, the Earth receives more energy from the sun than we use in an entire year. Damn, son, you big. Number 7. If I were to be in space and I were to take these 2 chrome pieces of metal and put them together, they wouldn't be able to come apart. This wouldn't be able to do. See, in space, there's really no such thing as air and water. It's not until you get into atmospheres of planets that you find these things, or atmospheres on asteroids, or any sort of atmospheres, period, if we really want to be specific. So space has no idea that these 2 pieces of metal are supposed to come apart. They just fuse together. The atoms, they just fuse together, create one big happy family. They get a wife, 2.5 kids, get a home, settle down, get a vehicle, and travel, and spend the rest of their lives good and happily ever after. Alright. And finally, number 8. Think about the size of, say, India. Now imagine India is an asteroid hurling towards Earth. Believe it or not, there is an asteroid out there that is the size of India. And frighteningly enough, it's not way out in the Kuiper Belt out by Pluto, and it's not out in the Oort cloud either. No, it's a lot closer to home. It's in the asteroid belt, you know, over towards Mars. And guess what? Scientists think it has water on it. Because of course it does. I mean, how many things have we found that we think has water on it? But even if we do find water on there, don't think we're making this asteroid named Ceres our new home anytime soon. Because, well, it's an asteroid. we won't be able to survive in its very, very thin atmosphere, if it even has one at all. So there you go, 8 facts about space. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, do all that YouTube stuff. I'm Timothy Wheel. The next 4 strangers, they're uploading the rest of the week. We'll see what they have to say. I'll see you then.